Welcome to Wyoming Country Living, where the skies stretch wide, the porch is always open, and the critters just keep coming. We're Kim and Chris, empty nesters who traded East Coast hustle for the wild peace of Wyoming. Each week, we're tackling homestead projects, wrangling our growing animal crew, and learning to live the country life one adventure at a time. Be sure to hit that like button and follow along so you don't miss a moment. And stick around till the end for our front porch question of the week. We're saving you a seat.
All right, it's Sunday afternoon. Didn't get much accomplished this week around the house. Kim was out of town, visiting her parents most of the week, and we're getting ready to leave again for a work conference for her. But I am going to try. It's been cold and windy for the last few days. It's slightly windy today. It's not windy at all for Wyoming standards, but anywhere else it's slightly windy. And it's in the high 50s. Low 60s maybe. So I am going to try to do some repairs on the drip line that I installed last spring for our tree lines. So it's been, I don't know, almost a year. I think it was early May when we put them in last year. But so some of the nozzles have fallen off. Some of the little extension hoses I put on for certain trees now don't reach because the tubing has shifted due to weather, wind, water pressure, whatever. And some of them, right, have just fallen out, so there's water shooting out holes when I turn it on. So got to do some repairs, get some tubing straightened out. I also want to add takeoffs to both of the aspen trees that we planted up by the end of the driveway from there, so it's easier to get those watered as well. So I got to go find all my pieces and parts for the system. Start. All right, it's kind of windy. Hopefully you can hear me. So we're going to start with these two rows over here. They are the most screwed up, I guess, from the water pressure pulling the piping. So they need the most adjustment as far as, the things not being, the water not actually getting to the trees. So I got hooked up here. I'm going to turn it on so I can see if there's any holes and stuff's coming out. I know there's one down that way somewhere. Yep, so here we go. I staked all this tubing down, but somehow it all kind of shifted at some point. Bitters aren't anywhere near the tree holes anymore for some reason. I need to see if I can pull. So as you can see, this one is not quite here where the tree is. Need to add a piece of tubing on here to get the water to actually go into the hole where the tree is. Also need to pull some of this grass out of here. It's going to take all the nutrients. Suppose I could put on the gloves that I actually brought out here. So this row, obviously, we didn't get tires around because we didn't have enough tires, and we didn't get any other protection from the wind. So we'll see how they look compared to the other row that did have wind protection with the tires around it all winter.
Even though I've already videoed cleaning out my garage brooder, I started to do this a little bit ago and it was quite the adventure. So I figured this might be some entertainment as I tried to get these chickens' brooder cleaned out before I go away for a week. So here we go. All right, here we go. They've only been in here for a couple of weeks and they're enormous. So I haven't cleaned it in a couple of weeks and it really needs it. All right, everybody stay in there. All right, what did I do with my rake? All right, look out. You guys have funny things on your head. All right, I don't even know if you guys need this anymore, but it does get cold at night, so we'll put it back in when we're done. I'm going to try to leave you guys in here, but you can't keep trying to escape. Oops, what did I do with my gloves? I took them inside and left them in there. All right, you gotta stay over there now. Nope, stay over there. All right, so put drop downs on both sides so that you can stay on one side while I clean. Oh my goodness. Apparently the key is videoing because then it goes much smoother. When I wasn't videoing, this was kind of a disaster. Chickens all over the place. I'm videoing and now they're behaving. So anytime I clean out the chicken stuff, the goat house, my myriad of the chicken coop, this brooder, Nugget's little temporary housing, Coco's temporary housing, I clean it and then I lay this first Saturday line. This is actually the first bag that I bought last summer when we first got the goats. Actually, no, I think with the first chicken coop. And so basically I clean everything out and then just sprinkle the first Saturday lime. It's called monthly insect repellent. Put around the base of your home each month to repel ants, lice, mites, and other pests. So with the chickens, it's primarily to help with the mites. When I clean out the main coop and pressure wash and everything, again, I'm still going to wait about a month or so. I will lay this on the roosting bars as well. I'll put some on the roosting bars here for these guys because that's where the mites like to go in and attack. So I found this to be pretty cost-effective way to keep down on the insects in the chicken coop. So I'm a big proponent. Like I said, it's my first bag. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it in with these guys. Trying this food thing. I got this for the other chicken coop a while ago and it wasn't super successful. It got super dirty and full of stuff. So because these chicks are getting big, they're eating a lot. This seems to hold more food. On this beautiful Easter morning, Chris is working on the tree line. I was working on the
animal enclosures because we're going to be gone for about a week. And now I'm going to walk up to our neighbor's house who has a cute little library. I can't remember what it's called, something little library. But I found a book in the garage that I read last summer and I really liked. So I thought when I was taking the garbage up, I will walk up and put this in her little library. So I have my little walking buddy. I've been teaching her to walk on a leash when we go with Rip because Rip can't be trusted. And she's probably getting to be that age where she really can't be trusted either. But she's, I don't know, 5.5 months. And for the most part, she sticks with me. What I should have done is a pocket full of cookies, but I forgot. So she's my little walking buddy. Here's a little library. So a neighbor put this up, probably about a year ago now. I'm pretty much a Kindle reader these days, but occasionally I will buy a book. And so the book that I'm contributing is Joy Prescriptions by Tiffany Moon. I read it as part of a book club last summer, and frankly, it was a really quick read. Read it in about a weekend, and so figure I would pass it on to this cute little library, see if there's anything in here that maybe I could take on our upcoming trip. Instead of watching a movie on the plane, maybe find a book to read. But so she put this out and she put a couple of signs up on some of the street like stop signs and stuff. I've not noticed too many people coming by, but I don't really sit out front all that often. But it's super cute. Just says, welcome to our little library. Take a book, return a book, read, love, share. Free little library. So, let's see what else we have in here. Oh, I do like Sandra Brown. I see a Sandra Brown. Oh, Jana Bonovich. I like her too. Oh, somebody's a big Janet Ivanovich fan. Debbie Comer, I like that one too. J.K. Rowling, because vacancy, didn't even know she were another one. Dean Koontz, read a couple of him, some kids' books. I think that, I'm going to check out this Sandra Brown one. Friction. All right, I'm going to take this one, close it up, lock it up so that in our nice Wyoming winds, it doesn't open up, and we'll head back. Come on, River, let's go. And back we go.
All right, so we got those 2 lines done. I'm gonna go look at this other line, 3 lines with the tires. Well, 2 of the lines have tires, 1 need tires, but like I said, I think I let those lines get pressurized before I put the nozzles in. So I think they're closer, plus the tires are holding them in place a little better. Just got to make sure that they're not being blocked by the tires, and I know there's one over there that's shooting way up in the air from when I had this on weeks ago, but let's replace that nozzle, but let's see what else. Oh, I thought this was shooting water up in the air somewhere over here, but maybe not. I don't really see hardly any water coming out here at all. These aren't looking so great over here. They actually look like something's been eating them. I hear one shooting out. I don't know. I think this line over here that has the tires on it, of the pines anyway, looks worse than the one over there that didn't have anything on it. I think we're going to be out of town this week. Still getting kind of cold at night. Chance of freezing, so I don't think I'm going to hook up the timers yet. I don't want it to freeze. So I'll run this one a little more today. Switch back over to the other one. Run it a little longer. And then maybe next weekend we'll be in a spot where we can hook the timers back up for the summer. So most of the lilac made it through the winter. There's a couple of dead ones. These ponderosa pine on this side have been, appears something's been eating some of them. We got a lot of big jackrabbits out here, so it's probably them. The juniper look, for the most part, pretty good. These pine in here look worse than the ones over there that didn't have the tires on them. So I'm going to put a T in over there, bring it over here to this tree, maybe after lunch. And then this one, I think I can just, this line's already going past this tree. I think I can just stick an emitter right in the tube here, run it over there. This one has some buds on it too. Not a lot, but some. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna go over here. It's gonna eat some lunch, and then we'll figure out what we're doing after that.
All right, for this week's front porch question of the week, even though we're not quite on the front porch here, I got 6 chicks, I don't know, a couple months ago now, and they were all supposed to be the same. We lost one in the first week, but so these 5 have been going strong, and you can see that 4 of them have this brown, again, it was called chipmunk coloring when they were chicks. I think they're supposed to become black and white, but then there's this one. So I'm thinking that she got mixed in with some other chicks that looked like her when she was a baby, but now she is very different looking. You can also see getting a little bit of a comb. So I'm really hoping that doesn't mean that it's a rooster. But these other ones have these funny little tufts of hair on the top of their heads, but have that definite brown coloring. They're all starting to get a little bit of a comb, but this gray one that doesn't have the tuft on the top of the head, her tail kind of looks like a hen tail. But I'm just curious if anybody out there watching this thinks that, yes, it is the same chick with just different coloring, or if this might be a different kind of chicken. Again, they were sold at Tractor Supply and were labeled as Easter eggers, all laying green, blue, and maybe 15% chance of laying brown. So I'm just real curious about this gray one who has that real pretty coloring, but does not look like the other ones, and they're all supposed to be the same thing. So if you have any idea of what she is, drop us a note and give me a heads up. Thanks.